Okay. Sorry, I, I was watching Deanna's video and I was just contently listening to it and I was like, "Oh, it's time for my live." Oh my goodness. So sorry, guys. I got distracted. I was listening to her talk about the soil and all the different things about her planting video. Okay, so welcome in Jennifer Ocean Homestead and Phil Beck. Planting seeds in soil that germinated. I'm excited to feel I can do everything. Yeah, that's a good feeling. Hello, Lori's Journey. Welcome in. Formerly Off Grid World. If I have a moderator in here, if you guys would put up the link for Lori's Journey. And be sure you match the picture because there's like about 3 channels with that name. So make sure you get the right picture of her with her brown hair. So, okay. I got so many seeds planted. They are all coming up good. And the seeds in the paper towel. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people are doing seed snails. Hi, Jan. Thank you. Thank you for calling me. You were calling me as I was hitting the live button. So sorry I had to decline your phone call, but I just started the live. So hi, Tony with our R&W Farmstead. Welcome in. Jennifer's on seed starting mission. Yes. Me too. But mine is in the ground. So now pretty much everything that was in hydroponics. I had to transplant 2 basil, which I don't know if they're going to survive or not. But I had to go ahead and transplant them outside because they were hitting the top of the light. I have some more basil, but I'm going to wait. We have 2 more days that dip a little bit low on that low temperature. So I'm going to wait till after that to put those seedlings out. So, so I basically went from 3 hydroponic machines down to 2. So I have pink brandywine tomatoes in there, shishito peppers, but the cow wonder bell peppers, and some more basil. So I have 4 more things. But I want to wait until that nighttime temp is over 40 before I put the seedlings out. You hope I can get some growing. Maybe I'll try it and maybe I'll try it. Well, I mean, I planted some, but that's no. I might try it in hydroponics in the fall. I'll put that on my list. Yeah, all 6 of my shishito peppers. I planted 6 in there, and 6 came up. Hi, Heather. Hi, Ann Philbeck. Let's see. Anybody else in here? So yeah, if you guys could put up Lori's link, that would be awesome. Yeah, I didn't get to see your video, but I did hear about it. But I'll go back and try to catch that. Yeah, it was in the 80s here today. I think it got to the 80s. It got warm. I was kind of in and out of the garden all day. I'd do some and then I would rest, and I would do some and I would rest. And I went to grab some marigolds to put with my squash. But I'm not completely convinced that marigolds protect squash because I still get squash bugs. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe some other herbs might help. So I'm going to line right next to where the zucchini is going to be. I'm going to line that whole thing right there with buckets. And I'm going to try nasturtium, dill. I may try some mint and basil. I'm just going to kind of alternate between those 4 or 5 things right there, as many buckets as I can get. just for protection. And I think I maybe in one of the buckets, I think I put some butterfly weed, which is supposed to be good for pollinators. Yes. Because I have the paid StreamYard, it is running on both channels. So you can decide which channel you want to. You can borrow ours, borrow your what? You can borrow ours. Borrow your what? Hi, oops. Yeah, actually, I was actually bagging up a couple of seeds that I'm going to bring to the Ozark meetup. That's Jan's meetup. So I have my meetup and then I have Jan's meetup. So there's all kinds of meetups going on. So I did write out a little card, some things to talk about. So the Micro Dwarf giveaway is going to be on April 10th. So it is going to be for those who joined. There will be prizes specifically for people who joined. There will also be some hashtag prizes for the people in the chat. So the people who join will be on a wheel, and the people who are in the chat, can use the hashtag. So that's going to be on April 10th. That is with Carol from Broke But Bountifully Blessed. So we have that coming up. Hello, Beth. How are you? Also decided that I'm going to go ahead and do the Weird Container Growing Challenge. And I'm going to use hashtag Weird Container Growing 26. And I'm going to do that for May, June, and July. I haven't decided if there's going to be a giveaway. But if I have some people saying that they might want to donate prizes, I was considering maybe doing a live the last Friday of May, of June, and of July. So basically once a month giveaway during the collaboration. Some of them will be collaborator prizes and some of them will be hashtag prizes, and that will be on my regular live. So if you're interested in donating a prize for that for May, June, or July, let me know. And I'm just going to do it like monthly like that. So there may be one prize, it may be one prize, it may be 5 prizes, just depends on what is received. But anyway, I thought it would be fun to do. So, and I'll buy at least one prize a month, probably more, because there's always seeds you can give away. I definitely am seed rich. Had a mild winter. We usually get rain 4 or 5 months. We've gotten rain a couple of times this spring already. Well, I don't know if it's considered technically spring, but in Texas, it's definitely spring weather. So another collaboration that's going on right now is called hashtag Grow What You Eat 26. This is hosted by Susan, Butler Family Farm, Jan with Simply Jan Homestead, and Kathy with Resourceful Living Homestead. It's basically, reminding people to grow what you eat. Don't grow a bunch of stuff you don't eat. Now, that doesn't mean don't try a couple of things, that you want to try and see if you like them. But, try to focus on growing what you're actually going to eat and not wasting your gardening space on things you're not going to eat. So Grow What You Eat 26. So I think that goes through the fall. I don't know the exact ending date, but that's pretty easy. You'll send an email over to one of them and you'll use the hashtag. That's pretty much all on that. Also, the Survival Seeds giveaway hosted by VC Family Homestead. And that Survival Seeds 2026 is the hashtag for that one. Basically, the first thing you do is you make your video. And after you've made your video, grab your link, go over to their website, www.survivalseedscollab.com. Anyway, if you need the information, if you need that, I can send it over to you. No problem at all. And you'll go to the forum that they have. You just scroll down. It'll say something about a forum. You'll go to that. You'll put in like your channel name. You'll put in that link and you'll put in your mailing address so they can send you seeds. So in the mail, you'll receive 12 free seeds. I think they picked out really good seeds this year. There was really absolutely nothing on there that I would not eat. I pretty much eat all of that stuff. So, and they were all really technically seeds I was going to grow anyway. So they're the perfect seeds for me. It's almost like they picked the seeds out just for me. You think they did? Maybe. But it feels like it. Where's Kill? That must have been from earlier when I wasn't here yet. Yeah, sorry I was late. I'll just have a little bit shorter of a live. Gail got distracted. That happens. So also there's the Lone Star meetup, which is on March 27th through 29th. There's going to be a giveaway with that and a bingo. And the Jerry from Butler Family Farm is going to actually draw the bingo. I guess it's balls. Bingo balls. Yeah. Anyway, he's going to be calling the numbers and letters for that. He's going to do all that. So he's already offered to do that. So that'll be really fun. And we have another game we're going to play too. And it's probably going to be a small group. So if you don't like big crowds, this is probably the perfect meetup for you. So, and we're going to do a potluck. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be in Jacksboro, Texas at the Fort Richardson State Park. Okay. Hi, Lori. How are you? And also there's the Ozark meetup. That is going to be in June. I don't remember what the exact dates are, but Jan, if you're in here, if you could put those, I'll try to bring them up on the screen. I know it's in June. I know we have our date booked, but I haven't committed it to memory. But I need to put it on my calendar on my phone, and then I could maybe remember it. But that's going to be hosted by Simply Jan Homestead and co-hosted by Linda from Another Time and myself, Gail Southern Living. Our RV spot has been booked for that for a long time. If you've never been to a meetup, you might consider going to one of these. There are lots and lots of meetups. And make us worry. Yeah. Sorry, that must have been back from growing lettuce in your hydroponics. Yeah, I'm actually considering growing some strawberries in there, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm probably going to wait till fall. Now, once I get all my seedlings transferred outside, when the weather's good enough to do that, then I will turn my hydroponics stations off, clean them out, and then they will sit there and wait until fall. And then probably after I finish my growing season, I'll take like a month or so for a break of no planting of anything at all. And probably also, fall cleanup kind of stuff. And then when I get ready, I'll start the hydroponic machines again with whatever I'm going to grow for the winter. Then after a while, I'll switch from winter over to what my spring starts, which is what I had to do this year. I actually threw away 2 perfectly good micro dwarf tomato plants because, I don't know why I said 2. There was probably like 5 or 6. But I threw them out because I needed the space to start spring plants. Yes, I declined her call because I was on a live. You probably heard me click the call, but I was right here in front of y'all at that point. I was here. Scout Inquirer. Hello from New York. Hello, how are you? Hi, Tamara. Welcome in. Hi, Michael's Adventures. Plant. Yeah, I actually heard that on a video today about the radishes. So thank you for reminding me. I'll go just like scoot some radishes in the corners somewhere. Hey, whatever. I don't care what I have to plant around it. I have to protect it. I have to protect it as much as I can. I have a son stationed at Fort Drum in upstate New York. Are you near there? So he's talking to the man who lives in New York, the Inquirer. So look He's got a question for you right here. So if you missed that, Scout. If you guys could put up the link for Scout Inquirer, that would be awesome. Hello, Rick with Twin Brook Acres. Glad to see you in here tonight, Michael's Adventures. Lori just woke up from her nap. This is her sleeping time. She's told me that before. Yeah. Borrow your kayaks to go. I won't be kayaking. I have no plans for kayaking. Hello, Andale Homestead. How are you? And I was going to ask you, the year you grew those really big tomatoes, what variety of tomatoes was that? Hi, Jamie. How are you? I am way behind. Trying to see if there's different people in here, and then our micro dwarfs are still green. They haven't turned colors yet. Oh no. I can't remember exactly if you got the ones from Carol or from me, because I actually sent some out too. But I didn't get mine right away. Hi, Lori's World. How are you? I like your new logo and your cool thumbnails you've been making. My husband can do all that stuff for me too. I'm always asking him, can you do this? Can you do that? Hi, Blackberry Rock Homestead. Hi, Luann. Email. There you go. Email, if you want to join the Grow What You Eat 26 collaboration, you will email growwhatyoueat@gmail.com to let us know you'll be joining. Oh, a blizzard. I know. I can't believe you guys are still having like snow and cold weather. We still have some low temps at night. We have 2 more days where the temps are going to get kind of low. So I'm a little bit nervous, but is there an herb this year? Well, we got the Genovese basil included in the pack. But also what they're going to do this year is people are just going to grow their own herbs and show their herbs, talk about their herbs. What are you going to do with your herbs? You're going to dehydrate them. You're going to use them medicinal. You're going to make tea with it. You make salve with it. So, I did a whole herb bed this year, so I can pretty much just show any of my herbs. So any kind of herb that you're growing can just be included in your videos. Lori, have you moved to your new place yet? And I'm talking about Lori from Lori's Journey. Basil is the herb. Yeah, basil is the herb. But any other herbs you're growing, Luann, can also be. So you can put your borage, your thyme, your dill, your, what else is considered? Lavender is considered rosemary, rue, tansy. I mean, there's a lot. But yeah, all that can be included. Survival Seeds Collab, BC Family Homestead. Yes. Yeah. So if you are a gardener and you haven't joined the Survival Seeds collaboration, please consider joining it. It's really cool. It's a good collab. There's no major requirements. You just add the hashtag to your title and description box, and you do like a beginning, middle, and ending video. You give them the address on the form so you can get your seeds, and you get the 12 free seeds to grow. And it's more of a grow along than like a challenge. You're just watching people grow the same seeds in different states, in different communities, in different climates. And I don't know that we've had anyone join from Canada this year. Hello, Food Forest Permaculture. How are you doing, Howie? Yeah. Yeah, I could technically grow some more of those micro dwarf tomatoes, but I thought what I would do is just make that like my fall and winter thing. Hey, I'm going to grow these micro dwarf tomatoes in the fall and winter. Hello, Lone Cross Scotty. How are you? All right. So I planted some of the cucamelon seeds and the pack, and I only planted three, and because they vine and go everywhere. So I decided I would try to give some cucamelon seeds away. So I went ahead and made up an envelope with some of those seeds. So I will send this to Canada or US or wherever. So I'm going to pull up the giveaway tool real quick, and I'm going to give away a few of these cucamelon seeds. So let's see. And at the end, you're going to send your email to the email that's scrolling across the bottom. Send me an email with your address. Once I see who the winner is, I'll tell you if I already have your address. But if I don't, you're totally going to need to send that to this specific email, not to my old email because I won't get it. You have to send it to this email specifically. Okay, okay, here we go. I was clicking the wrong button. All right, there's your hashtag if you want to win the cucamelon seeds. Already have it made out. All I have to do is add an address and a stamp. I don't like to put the stamp on it until I actually mail it because I had to make sure I have the address before I do it. We have 6 people signed up so far, and there's about 20 something people in here right now. I've never tried it, so I don't know what it tastes like yet, but I do know it's a vining plant. I do know it looks like a little tiny watermelon. But I don't know too much. I don't remember where I got this from. If I got it from the IBG seed swap last year, or if I maybe picked it up from uh, from one of the meetups, because they pretty commonly have seeds for giveaway at these meetups. So I'm not exactly sure where I got this from. It didn't have anything on the package, but it came with a lot of seeds, and I have limited space, so I could only plant 3 of them, and really 3 of them is probably way too much. But I have a trellis. So I'm going to give it a couple more seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the count off. Oh, it went up one more. Wait a little bit longer. Make sure it doesn't go up one more time. So I hope you guys are having a good night. Jan will be live right after me. And then Scott with Rambling with the Brums will be live right after that. Peaceful Des also has a live tonight. And I think Brenda with Freedom Redbird also usually does a live on Fridays. Okay, it went up to 13. Okay, went up to 14. Okay, I'm going to do the count back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, who's going to win the seeds? Prayer Mountain Homestead. I definitely do not have your address. Congratulations on your win. Be sure to send your email to me at the email that's listed right on the screen. Right under my picture there is my address. So if you will send me your address, I'll get these seeds in the mail for you tonight. And they'll go out Saturday. So, all right. Congratulations on your seeds. I hope you like the cucamelon. Let me know if you like it and how it came out. Hi, Linda, with another time. Feeding the animals. Hi, Adrian with Indiana Backyard Gardener. My squash is in containers. It's in shipping containers that are basically they're in raised beds. They're in raised beds. And I move my squash around every year because I don't know. I'm just trying to throw the squash bugs off. I only had vine borers that one year, and ever since I planted garlic in my yard, I don't have any more. I haven't had any more trouble with vine borers. So if you've ever had trouble with vine borers, plant in that exact same bed, the same bed where you had the problem. Clean it out as best you can. Clean it and treat it as best you can. Then when you're done with all of that, I didn't even amend the soil. I didn't even amend the soil. I had received all that garlic from Jan, and I basically in October, I did this in October, I planted the garlic. And I never had trouble in that bed again with garlic. And I planted them in 2 other places. Matter of fact, after that, I never had vine borers anywhere else. So I can't say for certain, but I would almost swear to the fact that garlic will run off vine borers. So if that's a common problem you have, you just might give that a chance, because I think they don't like it. So, yeah. So the next year they woke up and they're like, "Where's my squash?" But instead of squash, they got stinky garlic. So they're like, "Oh, what?" But yeah, I mean, I did some stuff to treat the bed. I followed a lot of videos. I was trying to figure out, what do I do now after that happened? But yeah, that's my advice based on my own experience. So Prayer Mountain Homestead, be sure to send me your address so I can get this mailed out to you. So I hope you like your seeds. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think they woke up and was like, garlic. I have garlic planted in my beds this year. So I'm just gonna rotate where I plant the garlic. My thought is that if it does leave some kind of a scent in there, if I plant it everywhere at least once, maybe it'll leave that scent in there and kind of keep at least the vine borers away. Maybe some other bugs don't like it too, but that's my suggestion. Plant garlic. Garlic is awesome. So because the marigolds haven't worked for my squash the past couple of years and I've still gotten the squash bugs, I decided I'm going to change the strategy and plant more than just that one protective plant around it. So we're going to give that a try. However, because I'm not doing one, I'm doing a bunch, I won't really know which one it was that helped because I'm planting so many other different things. Garlic repels pests and mosquitoes. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much probably will have garlic forever because I'll harvest some to eat and I'll save some to plant, and I should just keep having garlic forever. If I don't ever stop the cycle, I won't ever have to buy the garlic. I'll just always have it. And I took Jan's method and I got the bulb and I broke the pieces apart but didn't peel them, put them in a quart size bag, and I got 3 full bags of garlic. That's how much garlic. So when I want garlic, I'll take out a piece or 2 or 3, however many I'm going to use, put it on a little plate, let it thaw out. Then I'll peel it and chop it and put it in whatever I'm cooking with. Disney World is mosquito free because of the use of garlic spray, and they have bats. Wow. Bats. Bats are, yeah. I wonder if you can sprinkle garlic around the plants since I don't have garlic planted. Well, once I got garlic, my own garlic, I had some of that store-bought garlic, the little, the kind you buy in the little produce section that it's already chopped up, which is what I will admit, I used to use, but not anymore. Okay. I took that and put it in places to repel bugs. So I haven't seen that anywhere. I tried that last year. You have bats? Heather has bats, y'all. Your elderberry have baby roots growing. Yeah, my elderberry is looking really good. I'm really proud of it. No, I planted mine in October, and um, I think you harvested in like June or July. Once you get the garlic scapes, shortly after that is when you harvest the garlic. So, yeah, my elderberry's getting green. Yeah, really happy with that. You have bats. Yeah, but I plant my garlic in October. So this is my second year with garlic. So basically, the year Jan sent me, I saved some of those and I continued on with the garlic. And I think I'm going to see how much garlic I have left in the freezer at, when it gets closer to time. And I'll decide if I'm going to put more up in the freezer the same way, or if I'm going to maybe turn it into garlic powder or something else. Yes, I did see the elderberry song like right before I went to bed last night. That was funny. Harvest in late July. Yeah, I kind of know what they look like now that, I've already done it 1 year. My garlic heads were so big. They were huge. I was so proud of it. And some of it, like I say, I didn't even really put it in fancy soil or anything. Most of it was put into completely spent soil. So I don't think it's really that picky. I heard somebody say you need to amend your soil before you do garlic, but I think that first year I didn't. She said plant it in October. I'm like, okay. And I just put it in there. And then when I ran out of space in that bed, I moved to another bed and another bed. I don't think I even amended the soil. So I don't think garlic is picky. Yours was bigger than mine. Well, it was planted in my zucchini bed. I used to plant my zucchini in there. Well, after the vine borer situation that 1 year, I decided I was going to move my zucchini every year. Uh, so I do. I move it every year. And wherever the zucchini was, like the next year, I would plant like some like tomatoes or something. Or something, something squash bugs don't like. But anyway, I just keep moving it around. But yeah, my garlic did really well. And this year will be the garlic I actually harvested myself and grew. The first year it was from Jan. So we'll see how my garlic does. See if it does the same or better or not as good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for sending that. That will make it so easy. I can just do that. Friday night, guys. What do we have every Friday night for dinner? Does anybody know? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Yeah, I wish all you guys would stop having bad weather. Different kind of garlic. I just planted the kind that Jan sent me. What kind of garlic was that, Jan? Do you know? Hi, Carol. No, not tacos. Carol got it right. Pizza. Jennifer got it right. Pizza. Ha! Jennifer's even more specific. She said cauliflower crust pizza. Catholics have fish. Yeah, yeah. When I lived in Rhode Island, I had fish and chips every Friday. I think it rotated between Well, because of the Catholic thing, it rotated between fish and chips or pizza every Friday. Yeah, I didn't even know that that was a thing for people to have a specific thing every night of the week. I didn't know that was a thing until I moved to Rhode Island. I was like, people do that? My mom just randomly made whatever. There was never a menu or a specific day of the week, 4 different kinds of garlic. I just have the one kind that Jen sent me, but I like it. It's good. Um, I mean, I'd pretty much plant anything. Burgers, no. The answer is pizza. So the people who said pizza are right. Yeah, Friday. I failed the test. No, taco was Monday. Tacos used to be on Tuesday. See, we just went over this meal planning thing. Hello, Mona did what? How are you? Mona is an awesome seamstress. Is that what you would call her? Anyway, she does really great with sewing. So if you're interested in sewing and things like that, go over and check out Mona's channel. Mona did what? If I have a moderator, will y'all put Mona's link up in the chat? Mona did what? Is Bob here? Oh no, it didn't come out good. Oh, I hate that when things don't come out good. My husband was asking me to make cookies the other day. I was like, what? It was late. It was like too late to be making cookies. But I do have a menu up there. Unfortunately, Taco Tuesday was so easy to remember, but that didn't work out with my live schedule because I need to have the easiest things on the days I have lives. It just makes my life easier. I love food. Yeah, food is good. I grew up with Chef Boy RD pizzas on Sunday nights. Yeah, we did do pizza on Sunday nights for a while. Like what's cheap? Yeah. Mom just, there was 6 of us, so she had a big old family to feed. There is the link for Mona Did What if you guys want to go by and check out her channel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the gardening season. I wish, I had everlasting amounts of supplies. Unfortunately, I don't. It's like I just bought some soil and have to go back and buy more soil. So now I have to do the same thing I did last year. I have to amp up my growing my compost. I have to amp it up. There's not enough there because it's on the ground and there's like chicken manure and cardboard and crushed up leaves and all kinds of different stuff over there. And the chickens also leave deposits over there too because they scratch over there. So, but it's not enough because when I scrape off the top layer, it comes to that layer of clay. And that's when I know, okay, you're done. And then I move to a different area. And stuff actually grows over there. There's like some greenery. I call it like wild lettuce. I don't know. But I know it's edible. I know chickens can eat it because I looked it up before. But basically, I'll dig that green part out and throw it to another area of the compost because that'll turn into compost material for next year. So I need to amp that up. Now, at the end of this season, I'll probably rake up the second because we don't just get fall leaves. We also get spring falling of leaves because we have such terrible wind over here. So we get double leaves every year. It's crazy. And so, but I don't want to. Hello, Jody. How are you? I don't want to rake them over there now because they'll be on top of the current compost. So I'll probably just wait till I'm done with the compost area completely. Then I'm going to start raking the leaves over there again. Hubby will run through and run over all that with the lawnmower to help break it down. And then I actually water it in to help it break down. I also have a big bin that I use for compost too. And I also, if I find sticks in the yard, I will break the sticks up in smaller pieces if they're small enough and I can do that. And I will add that to my compost area. So I actually have like 3 composts. I have the black bin, I have the area on the ground, and then I have the barrel. And I just started adding things again to the barrel. Hello, Okies Eden. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Let's see. I'm going to watch my time. Obviously, I'm not great with time today because I was late to my own live, but because I was watching somebody's video. I need to go back to her video, make a comment, be like, Deanna, I was late to my own live because I was watching your video. She was like, don't blame it on me. But yeah, I was watching her video and hearing her talk about soil and planting. She was actually setting out her stuff in her seed tray, planting her survival seeds and whatever other stuff she was going to do. Pine bark, yes. Ashes, don't really have access to ashes. I do use coffee grounds and eggshells and pine bark. But I use as much as I can. And I try to learn new stuff all the time of things to add. But I've watched so many videos about compost. It feels like I'll never hear another new thing that can be added to compost because it feels like I've watched so many videos that I know exactly what you can add. Somebody's adding soil to your garden? Huh. Interesting. Is that a good thing? Someone sneaking into your yard and covering up your plants with soil? Or, I'm curious now. With pallets, yeah, I've heard of people doing that. What I did last year was, after the garden season was over, because my season ends a little quicker because it gets really hot. What I did was I put down cardboard and then I started putting my compost material on top of it, the leaves and the other and every time we cleaned the chicken coop out, things like that, I kept adding in shredded paper and just different things. And I just kept adding all that on top of the cardboard. Well, by the end of the season, the cardboard's broken down into it and becomes part of the soil. And I know they add sticks to the soil bags that you buy because there's sometimes little pieces of them still in there. Yeah, and I do eggshells as well. I actually cook mine because I use them sometimes for chickens and sometimes for the garden. So it depends on the time of year as to where I use them. But I pretty much take eggshells out all year long to the garden. It's either the garden or the chickens. I don't ever throw mine away. They always get saved. I used to save them on the counter, but they do draw bugs. So now I wash them out and put them in the freezer. And they stay in the freezer until the bowl is full. When the bowl is full, I'll take them out, put them on a cooking tray, and cook them for 7 to 9 or 10 minutes. And then I get my ice cream. I put them in a bowl. I get my ice cream scoop, turn it backwards, and just crush it like that until I get it to the size it's supposed to be. Hello, Sal's Camper Life. Welcome in. I'm watching my time. Can somebody put up the link to Simply Jan Homesteads Live? Mona's Senior Moments. Welcome in. Yeah, I keep my banana peels and my coffee grounds too every day. Add those, depending on the time of year as to where I put them. But I did find out though that coffee grounds themselves can actually ward off ants. So instead of adding them to next year's compost, I'm going to go ahead and keep adding them to the top of the uh, containers to hopefully ward off the ants a little bit. So I'm gonna continue adding it to different areas. But yeah, those ants are super annoying. Yeah. Yeah. Usually the eggshells are pretty close to the top, maybe right under the actual planting soil. Yeah. But I add pretty much continuously add them throughout I do a lot of the adding of the eggshells to the garden in the winter. And then when it starts to be spring, then I give it to the chickens. But I still have beds that aren't planted in yet, so I'm still adding it to the garden at this point. Once everything is planted, the eggshells will get sent back over to the chickens because they'll need it to make their eggshells thicker. So awesome that eggshells have so many purposes. Yeah, it's time for Jan's Live in 3 minutes. Jennifer Ocean Homestead put that up. So if you guys would click on that link and go by and see Jan and see what she's talking about tonight, I'm sure she'll have something cool to talk about. And we get to listen to her and her husband banter back and forth about whatever they talk about. And yep, always fun hanging out with Jan. I get to see Jan twice this year, once at the Lone Star meetup and once at the Ozark meetup. So that'll be super awesome. I just told hubby about the Pinecone Fest is going to happen this year. So we haven't decided if we're going to go to Pinecone Fest yet or not, but we might. We'll see. That is a very beautiful park. I love it. Yeah. They say a lot of people use it at the top of the soil for slugs and snails. I don't really have slugs and snails. Or if I do, I don't know it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Jan is going to be starting her live. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me tonight. There's Bob. I knew somebody said Bob was here, and I kept looking for his channel and missed it. But thank you for coming in, Bob. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your planting, and I hope all of you get really good weather and get to plant your things soon. But yeah, maybe you can start some stuff inside or do some hydroponics. But you guys have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.